Hey guys, it's Katerina again. I'm back to talk to you about part 2 of sugar. So I want to just talk to you about how you can eliminate sugar from your diet, basically. So we know that sugar's not good for us. It basically sends our hormones everywhere and has our insulin spiking, and then our blood sugar goes down again and up and down, and it's just basically a vicious circle. So we really want to control this, because by controlling our sugar intake, we basically or by not controlling our sugar intake, let's say, we create this huge knock-on effect on several different hormones in our bodies, which all work together to basically try and keep us in a great state of being. However, when we have too much sugar, that knock-on effect obviously affects all these other hormones, which are doing all these different things in our body, including creating stress, cravings, low moods, tiredness, adrenal problems, not being able to function to your best, basically. So I'm here to just help you eliminate sugar from your diet. So how can you do that? So I've basically listed 5 things that you can start doing today in order to basically eliminate sugar from your diet, or to start eliminating it. And so the first one is, if I point that down a little bit, the first one is eat more good fats. So basically, good fats are sources like avocado, grass-fed beef, coconut oil, coconut cream. There's just so many, and there's so many benefits to good fats. Eggs as well, for instance. So these good fats basically help all our organs, including our brain, which is the most important one, to function at their best. So fats need to be eaten on a daily basis, and make sure that you have enough of those. And also, what fat doesn't do is create an insulin spike like sugar does, which is a really important thing in order to keep our sugar levels nice and steady. So introduce more good fats into your diet, basically. Number 2 is eat real carbohydrates. So obviously we're used to eating things like bread, anything made with flour, like cake, as I mentioned in my previous video. However, there are real carbohydrates out there, which is real good food. So things such as beans, whole grains, fruits, vegetables. Like, I cannot tell you how important it is to get enough vegetables in your diet, because vegetables, especially green cruciferous vegetables, are very high in fibre, which our body needs in order to take in all the nutrients that we're giving ourselves. So we need vegetables basically to get our nutrients, and in order to allow our whole digestive system to work nicely. So yeah, as well as that, I've mentioned fruit. Just a quick one on fruit. Like, if your main goal is fat loss, then I would seriously consider cutting down on the amount of fruit that you eat. The best fruit to eat for fat loss are things with a low glycemic index, which basically means low sugar, which is berries, and pretty much just berries mainly. To be fair, they are really the lowest. If you're eating things like pineapple, bananas, even pears, like, they're really high in sugar, and you just want to be careful of that, basically, if your goal is to lose fat. So yeah, that's carbs. Third thing I would say is definitely watch what you're drinking, because things like juices, again, just talking about fruit there, like, juice is basically even worse than fruit, because that's fruit without the fibre. It's literally just the juice, which is going to shoot your sugar levels sky high, like, which is not good. Also, things like squash, alcohol is a really big one. Alcohol is basically empty calories. Alcohol produces toxins in the bodies, which isn't good for our stress, and our cortisol, which is our stress hormone in our body. Basically, alcohol is a disaster for when we're trying to burn fat. It's not going to help us in any shape or form. So really and truly it is best to avoid alcohol, but if you are, you know, once in a while going on a night out and you do want to just let your hair down and relax, then I would suggest going for something like a clear spirit with a dash of lime and soda water or something like that if you're keeping it really strict. So yeah, challenge yourself and see if you can do that if you are trying to burn fat. Also, the last drink I just want to talk about quickly is milk, because milk is lactose and lactose is sugar. So what milk does, unfortunately, is spike up your insulin levels again, and it's got a lot of mucus forming kind of molecules in milk as well, so it's generally not really that good for us. So, you know, I love lattes. I love a latte, and basically I don't allow myself to have lattes anymore. Just once in a blue moon, when I really want to treat myself. And hey, there's alternatives. So the fourth point is just alternatives, and this is a really simple one actually, and this is just meaning an alternative to normal table sugar that you would put in your coffee. So what I use for an alternative is just something called xylitol, and you can buy it in the supermarkets really easily. It looks like white sugar, but what xylitol does is not spike your blood sugar like normal sugar would. So a little teaspoon of that would be perfect if you really do need that little bit of sweetness in your hot drinks, for instance. The other alternatives, I mean, they do talk about things like honey and maple syrup as a healthier alternative to sugar. However, I would definitely stay away from these as well, especially again if your goal is lose fat, because again they're literally going to spike your blood sugars just as much as normal sugar would. So it's just a bit of a pointless swap in my opinion. Right, let's move on to number 5. So be aware of low fat foods. So most low fat things do tend to be dairy. However, you can also get other low fat versions such as Diet Coke and things like that. But they're not really low fat, they're just basically giving you an alternative to normal sugar that is in Coke. But anyway, low fat yogurt, let's say, so they take out all of the fat, natural fats in this yogurt, and basically take it out, and they put in some nice sweeteners and sugars, all different types of sugars, to make up for the lack of the taste that you would get from that lovely creamy fat, basically. So making up for the lack of fat, they come and put in the sugar, which again, as I said before, the higher fat yogurt with low sugar wouldn't spike your insulin and would keep you nice and full, whereas the low fat yogurt with all the sugar in it will create that insulin spike, and you're going to get cravings and hungry again in no time. So opt for higher fat foods that are real. Like basically the more ingredients you see on the back, the worse the food is. So yeah, keep it real guys, that's all I've got to say. I hope you found this helpful. So if you have, give me a thumbs up. Any comments, questions, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.